we are got a Clash of Champions, which is it used to be Night of Champions, but they took the WCW title and turned to Clash of Champions. So this is the night once a year where every championship, which it should be anyway, where every championship that's in WWE will be defended on this night. So championships that you don't even see usually don't get defended. Intercontinental, women's tag team, they're getting defended on this show. So we have a total of
they have a women's tag team championship.
Say what?
They have a women's tag team championship.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
forgot.
because that's not the pre-show, which it should be, but including the pre-show, we have 9 scheduled matches. Now, once again, like I said, the pre-show match, in my opinion, I was like, well, I can see probably watching the pre-show, but I think another match should have been on the pre-show, in my personal opinion, like the women's tag team championships, or even the tag team for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup. Those are easy pre-show matches to me because I like to, put Asuka on a bigger stage than the pre-show, but neither here or there. So me and Prime are going to give our predictions on what we think is going to win and stuff like that. So usually like that. So, are you outside, Prime?
No, I am not. Actually.
Okay, I know. It sounds like I hear like wind or something in the background.
Oh, my bad.
Let's might as well get on to that's a lot better. Might as well get into the pre-show with Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Selena Vega. Selena Vega obviously came out and slapped Asuka across the face, and she beat Mickie James, don't know how, on Monday on Raw to earn this championship opportunity. Obviously, we just need somebody for Asuka to beat. Selena Vega, even though I'm a fan of Selena Vega and stuff like that, and I know that every time 9/11 comes around, Vince likes to push her because, she lost her dad at 9/11. But Selena Vega has not been showcased as a talent to the point where she can hang in the ring with Asuka. She's a decent wrestler if you watch her in Impact, but she has not been, shown how capable she is to even beat Asuka. So there's even no point that there's any believability that she's going to win the championship. So Asuka's my pick. What about you, Prime?
Real quick, can you hear that in the background, or is it still loud?
Yeah, I can still hear it now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think Asuka's gonna win, of course, but I think this might be like a breakout Zelina Vega match. Maybe if they do it right.
Yeah, I would like that if it was against Bianca Belair, because that's where the rivalry came from. And since we're still in this rivalry with Street Profits and Garza and Andrade, why not have them have a pre-show matchup to showcase have her and Selena Vega out there have a nice 15-minute match, but just putting her away from Bianca after she lost it got pinned by Bianca how many times? Like 2-3 times already? And then all of a sudden she just go out there and slap Asuka. She ready for a championship match? That's just not.
Apparently she's ready for Asuka.
Yeah, that's just not good. That's not good story. It's not good character building. It's not good storytelling. So, we both have Asuka win this matchup,
we do,
as per usual. Yep. So, speaking of the rivalry, now we're on to the main show. We have for the Raw Tag Team Championships, we have the Street Profits taking on Andrade and Angel Garza. So, once again, we're back to where we were at before because they had a triple threat tag team matchup player on Monday where it was Andrade and Garza. Listen to me. Humberto Carrillo and Dominic. And
who? Wait, who?
Yeah, exactly. Humberto and Murphy and Seth Rollins. First of all...
Hey, just real quick. I know this is the podcast with pay-per-views and stuff, but are they trying to insinuate that Murphy is hitting a Mysterio daughter? Is that what they're trying to insinuate?
That's what it looks like they're trying to do. First of all, why can't Rey Mysterio just have his own kids? Why he can't? Why he always have the daddy of one of these kids? I don't get it. I don't. I agree with you. I don't get it. But that's fine. Yeah. And I'm like, out of two out of three of them teams, I was like, one, either they're not a team or they broken up already. Well, guess what? Actually,
when is Sephiroth supposed to be gone? Ain't he? What is he doing?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what is taking so long to write this man on television? Like, Vince want to squeeze the life until, like, Vince want to go until, like, Becky calls him while he at work and, like, I'm in labor right now, where he leave.
Jeez, like, come on. What are y'all doing?
I don't know, but Seth didn't take no bumps. He walked off and left Murphy, which gave the win to Andrade and Garza, so we're back at it again. So who wins, Street Profits or Andrade and Garza?
I think this time they win.
Garza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be too. It actually would have made sense to bring out the Poison storyline out now, as opposed to doing it all those months ago. So they can actually won the championship. So they're probably just going to beat them, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that. If Vince wants to, push Andrade and Garza to the moon with the titles, but he don't like tag teams anyway. But I do have Garza and Andrade win the matchup.
We gotta be right one of these times. They don't fought by 6 times almost for the title. We gotta be right once.
Hey, a broke clock is right twice a day. A broke clock is right twice a day. Next up, we got for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships player is Cesaro and Nakamura taking on Lucha House Party, the team of Kalisto and either Grand Metalik or Lince Dorado. I mean, they have been trying to make this like a rivalry or a feud, but this shows that SmackDown has no tag teams on that show whatsoever to even be considered credible against Cesaro and Nakamura. So
who's not barely a credible tag team themselves.
Exactly. But they got the championships, and there's no reason why they're going to lose them here. Nakamura and Cesaro retain for me.
Yep, Nakamura and Cesaro for me. And I think that when they trying to do like a breakup storyline with them anyway, with the Lucha House Party.
Yeah, they were trying to show a rift between Kalisto and Lince Dorado. So
that'll be interesting that nobody asked for it, but okay.
Exactly, they're giving us kind of storylines that we don't want. You know what I'm saying? But fine. I mean, just fine, because we're not done yet. We have for. Let's go this way. For the women's tag team championships player, like Tay Long is happy tonight. We got tag team after tag team after tag team match.
So AEW are watching this, so happy.
Exactly. We got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, that new team of Mice and Men, taking on the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan for the tag team championships. So, look, honestly, I don't really care, but I already know that they're not going to take the belts off of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler just yet. So I got them winning. So it's a shame what they're doing to poor Lana. She goes to announce table twice in a week, but Keith Lee gets fought on there and it don't break. So we see Lana getting the worst of this. But I have.
Well, I mean, for some reason, I feel like they punishing her because of her husband's decision.
Exactly. I mean, so, they care about him anyway. So what the hell?
Yeah, they act like they did. And I don't know why they be doing that. They like one of those people, one of those guys that don't care about their girlfriend when she leave, and then after a month they be like, okay, I actually did care about her.
Yeah, you're right. So, but I got Jackson Baszler winning.
Yeah, I got Shayna Baszler and the Idiot winning.
I got, well, as you call it, the Idiot, giving Ruby Riott a Samoan drop through the table, and then they just take apart Liv Morgan.
I just got Liv just straight up losing. I don't think they take one of them out. I just think she just straight up like get decimated in her face.
Oh, I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that neither.
So just that's another thing. They broke up the Iconics just to have them be friends again.
They can't commit. Shouldn't have broke them up in the first place. Shouldn't have broke them up in the first place. But anyway, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley taking on Nikki Cross. So it already shows that they couldn't hold back bringing back Sasha after a week because, her neck was crushed. And I'm like, y'all just couldn't hold off TV, huh? Y'all could not just hold off Sasha Banks off TV to get, some more of a burn or some more heat on Bayley, but no. So Nikki Cross again wins a fatal 4-way matchup to face Bayley. This is probably the third time she's going for the championship this year.
I think every time they put Nikki Cross in the fatal 4-way, she wins. So maybe they should stop putting her in the fatal 4-way matches.
Absolutely.
If they already know she's gonna win or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing Nikki Cross and Bayley. I'm tired of seeing Bayley. Like Naomi, I don't think Naomi even got a shot at the title this year.
No, she did. She came back at the Royal Rumble. That was her highlight this year. The pop she got in the Royal Rumble.
Even Lacey, I don't think Lacey Evans got a shot. I know Tamina got one. I know Dana Brooke, I think, got one. Like, I want to see somebody different, but like somebody that's believable. I guess that's what I want. Because Nikki Cross is not even close to sniffing the title.
Not at all. Not at all. So, of course, Bayley's win, because obviously Bayley's keeping that title till WrestleMania next year. So, y'all can forget that. Bobby Lashley taking on Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. If there's one thing on Raw that I actually do like, it's the Hurt Business. Everything else sucks ass to a straw. Especially this past Monday. And
Hurt Business. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to make Apollo Crews a threat, and like I said, he has been better on the mic and better winning championships. So, I think he's gonna be cool. He's not winning that United States Championship back from Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley needs a belt to be in this group. But do you think sometime down the line that Apollo Crews joins the Hurt Business?
Nah. They got Cedric, and I think right now they're good with their dynamic. And I think Apollo Crews would just be a dud, honestly.
Like,
cause Cedric has that personality that can be believable of being in a group, like just a dope group. Yeah. Apollo being in there just will make it seem campy to me. Like everybody else, like yeah, and then Apollo's like, hey guys, I'm in the group. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me.
No, I mean,
it's like if Ricochet was in the group, I can't believe it because he's just first of all, have his moves that is flippy doos, so you can't be heel already off of that because you gotta take the flips away and not get people excited for your move set. But I don't know. It's like
I think Cedric is doing all right though.
Yeah, but Cedric has a heel moveset as well though. Like his finisher, the lumbar check, it's not like Ricochet goes up to the ropes, gets everybody involved, and then jumps all day. You can't really do that as a bad guy, Yeah. I don't think you can. And you get heat for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel as though that, like I said, I'm liking the Hurt Business, and you never know. Let's say what can happen. I won't be surprised if Apollo Crews does kind of join later on down the line.
Okay. Hopefully they.
It needs some women in the group though. I would like a man-woman group that's not Retribution.
Okay. So you want them to add like Sorry and Snap. And Cricket Finger.
Cricket Finger?
Yeah.
All right. Well, now let's go on to some of the bigger matches. Obviously, there's some that got some good story to it. Jeff Hardy taking on AJ Styles, taking on Sami Zayn, a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship crown. Who is the undisputed Intercontinental Champion? And first of all, these three in the ladder match should make magic, but these three at this age of the ladder match, don't know.
Yeah, This is like 40. The average age is 40.
Yeah, so I'm like, if this match was 10 years ago, yeah.
If this match was in between the years of 2004 and say 2014, then yes.
Exactly. I would definitely say I would definitely agree with you on that one. But since it's not, I'm saying we're going to have to make do for what we're going to get. But it still should be an interesting dynamic. We're going to crown who is undisputed Intercontinental Champion. So, who do you have win the Intercontinental Championship?
The way that they built it is for Jeff Hardy to win. The way that they built it, but I personally would want AJ to win.
Oh.
But that's just me. But I think AJ is like souring with the company. So I think after this he might either go away for a bit or something different maybe.
Oh wow.
But I'll say Jeff Hardy.
I'm actually picking Sami Zayn.
Okay. Not a bad choice.
Sami Zayn just came back and I'm like, they gotta make some kind of deal with him to come back during the COVID. And I think keeping that championship would be kind of good. They show how dirty he was. I'll say now, if he did win on SmackDown this past Friday, so if I go by my rule, look strong on TV and lose a pay-per-view, I definitely gonna be between Jeff Hardy or Sami Zayn. I do think AJ Styles is gonna take a break from WWE, go back to his family, you know.
Especially him being on SmackDown with Heyman, of course.
Exactly. He don't
find whatever way to leave.
Yeah, he don't care. So yeah, I don't see them giving him the championship, but I definitely got Sami Zayn win the ladder match. I think it's not going to be like we wanted to be like 10 years ago, but I do think it's going to be those guys are going to put their bodies out there to try to make a decent match.
Does Jeff Hardy jump off of something high?
Oh, let's see. You know what? I think so.
Okay.
I think we get a big swanton bomb on the outside with AJ Styles and Sami Zayn laid across 2 ladders, and then he gives a swanton to both of them. So I think that'd be dope.
This could be an interesting match. I'm just worried about Jeff Hardy don't stop until he is knocked out.
Exactly, and he needs to stop because he's definitely like 42, 43 years old. So whatever the case may be, we have Roman Reigns taking on his blood, his Uso, and Jey Uso for the United States for the Universal Championship. Now let me tell y'all something right now. Now, obviously Jey Uso not gonna win this matchup, but they have done a good job telling the story about the family between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. And I think they've done a good job at doing that. Roman has been looking good as the bad guy, but Jey Uso got no chance in hell. He don't have a teardrop in the bucket to win this match.
See, they did a good job at the story, but I don't think they did a good job at building up Jey Uso to make it even a bit of believable that he could win.
No. They didn't do that at all. They're what this story is trying to do is just have something to be like, okay, it gives they think it's going to give Roman more heat because he's going to beat the shit out of his blood. And if he beats the snot out of his blood, it's just like, well, family can't stand away from him in that Universal Championship. So that's what I think they're trying to go for. So did they feel so they don't need to even build up Jey Uso? It's just the fact that he's just going to beat the shit out of him.
I mean, sure. I mean, I thought everybody knew this, but Roman wins. I don't think it's going to be like a 2-minute match, to be honest.
No, I know it's gonna be long. And he gonna squash him. He gonna put on an entertaining match.
I don't understand that logic.
Well, you never know. I mean,
Jey Uso, the tag team guy, can all of a sudden hang with Roman Reigns, who's like one of the best wrestlers.
So you think it should be like a squash match?
I think that would make more sense. And maybe that's just me, but I'm saying like.
But Roman Reigns he's a tag team guy.
Roman is always. Oh, sorry, what you say?
No, I'm just saying he is a tag team guy. Yes, but he is Roman's kin, so he is supposed to be like he grew up Roman, which he has, and he knows Roman inside out. So, despite what he does in the wrestling ring, singles guy that he can hang with his cousin because that's just the way it is.
But they didn't even put that aspect in there though. They didn't even say like, do you know who's the first person to pin Roman Reigns ever in WWE?
Who is?
It's Jey Uso, but they didn't even mention that.
Oh wow! See, I didn't even know about that neither.
They didn't even mention that storyline. They didn't even say like he's the first person to pin him, and he. They didn't even say he can get in his head and he knows him like the back of his hand. They didn't say none of that. So that's what I'm saying. With the build, the lot, they make it seem like Jey Uso just has no chance at all.
Yeah, that was a good point you brought because I didn't even know about that. So yes, I had to.
It was a handicap match, of course, but still, it was Jey Uso was the first person to pin Roman in the WWE.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, I hate when they don't bring up the consistency like that of having to tell you.
Again, they probably didn't bring it up because in the video, Dean Ambrose is like right in the shot, so maybe that's probably why.
Probably why, yeah. Definitely probably why, because they got Ambrose. So,
still is a good part of the story, though. They should have at least say it and not mention.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna move on now to what is supposedly going to be the main event, and that's Drew McIntyre taking on Randy Orton for the WWE Championship inside an ambulance match. I didn't even know this was an ambulance match until Friday.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Keith Lee and McIntyre.
Yeah, but then was Keith Lee got the saying.
They was doing like a if Randy Orton is still hurt thing, didn't
you? Yeah, but I didn't even know. I just gonna be another one-on-one match. It was like out of nowhere when they mentioned there's gonna be an ambulance match. I was like, really? Why? When it happened? But okay, I'm not gonna be mad at gimmick style matches because I'm like, do I really want to see Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre tear it up again for another 20 minutes? I'm just like, for a Randy Orton matchup, like, no. You can give me an ambulance match. It can be a brutal kind of match.
I think they put it as an ambulance match to give Drew to keep his heat because I think Randy Orton will be winning this match.
Yeah.
So I think they do it just for him not to get pinned.
I agree.
But still lose the title.
I do agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, they did such a good job with this Randy Orton thing. Like, usually, in the past couple of years, when Randy Orton wouldn't do nothing, then he'd get a championship match. I'd be like, okay, really? Do we need this? But this current run that he's on, they did it good. Like, it makes sense for him to challenge for the title. While in years past, he'll just fight like Jinder Mahal, and then all of a sudden, the next week, he'll be fighting for the title. So this one makes sense. Also, the last one, not to be, long winner or anything, but the last one where he got the title made sense as well. With him and Bray, with the Wyatt, and they were together. Then they broke. Like that makes sense. So storylines like that, I like for Randy Orton, that makes sense, and not just when he just says, "Yeah, I want a title now." After he didn't really do nothing for the past 6 months or the past year, now all of a sudden he wants a title shot. I still don't understand how Dolph Ziggler gets title shots every.
Bro, I don't even know how Dolph be on Raw Underground right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised how he still gets title shots, but that's neither here nor there.
You're right. Well, that is all of the Clash of Champions card. So those are our predictions. Make sure you guys stay tuned right during Nerd Coalition, Nerd NC Studios, where I plan on watching it tomorrow night and reviewing it. So it'll be up by Monday morning, hopefully. So make sure you guys check all that great stuff out.